Kais are the ones who seed planets with life in order for them to develop into strong and capable races. They direct the gods of destruction to get rid of the ones that will not develop in that way. The link between Supreme Kai and the God of Destruction is one that is not only highlighted in the show, but is essential to the two types of gods in this universe. The Supreme Kai and the God of Destruction are so intertwined with each other that their lives are linked. That means if you were to kill a Supreme Kai, the God of Destruction for that universe would die as well. And if you were to kill the God of Destruction, which is much harder by the way, you would kill the Supreme Kai. This link is completely unknown. Important because every universe only has one God of Destruction. Conversely, each universe should only have one Supreme Kai as well. So what the hell is going on with Universe 7? We see during the Buu arc of Dragon Ball Z that Universe 7 has not one Supreme Kai, not two Supreme Kais, but 5 Supreme Kais at the same time. 1 Grand Supreme Kai and 4 Directional Supreme Kais. East, West, South, and North. This all takes place thousands of years before the story of Dragon Ball even begins. At the time of the actual Dragon Ball story, Universe 7 has been whittled down to 1 Supreme Kai. The Supreme Kai formerly known as Nahare, now known as Shin, who was the East Supreme Kai in the past. After Majin Buu was moved to the outside universe from the Demon Realm and activated by Bibidi, the 5 Supreme Kai fought him one at a time and subsequently lost their lives. Majin Buu, basically being a bubblegum monster, has the ability to absorb fighters and gain their strength on top of his own. He did so with the Southern Supreme Kai and then afterwards absorbed the Grand Supreme Kai. This action completely transformed Buu, changing his nature from chaotic evil to more of a chaotic neutral. But that's not what we're really here to discuss. Why were there so many Supreme Kais in Universe 7? Well, I propose that the reason there were so many is the same reason there were 2 in Universe 10. In Dragon Ball Super, we see that Universe 10 has 2 active Supreme Kais at the same time. Gowasu and Zamasu, being the older Supreme Kai, mentors and trains Zamasu in order to prepare him for the of becoming an official Supreme Kai. This process involves looking into the future for civilizations and brewing delicious tea. So, in the same vein, I believe that the Grand Supreme Kai was teaching the other 4 Supreme Kais how to do the job that they would be destined to do in the future. This would imply that the Grand Supreme Kai was one of the oldest in the universe because he was mentoring 4 at the same time. That's very interesting because in Dragon Ball Daima, we find out that all the Glins who escape from the Demon Realm are all the Glins that will ever be, since the Glin trees no longer produce fruit. We also don't see any visual signs of aging on the Supreme Kai like we do on Gowasu, so it's not entirely clear. I haven't mentioned Elder Kai in this video because he is an extenuating circumstance, but we do see clear signs of him aging since he is 15 generations older than our current Supreme Kai. However, that too is because of an extenuating circumstance. It is also very possible that the Grand Supreme Kai was just the most powerful Supreme Kai, so he was able to help to a much more in-depth extent with the Supreme Kai's studies. This idea is corroborated by the fact that it was not until the Grand Supreme Kai was absorbed by Majin Buu that Buu's very nature changed. We don't get an answer in the anime or the original manga from what I could find, but if you look into the Dragon Ball Super manga, we find out during the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc that the Grand Supreme Kai used most of his physical/magical strength to contain the powerful warlock Moro. So that would mean that the Southern Supreme Kai is the more powerful one during the time that they fight Buu. This isn't to say that Grand Supreme Kai isn't still powerful as he was absorbed by Buu after Buu had absorbed the Southern Supreme Kai. If we take this piece of information into account, then we can say that it is not the Grand Supreme Kai's strength that has made him the perfect candidate for teaching other Supreme Kais, but most likely his strength of character, his knowledge of the job, and his wisdom due to his age. And the age is backed up quite well as the battle between Grand Supreme Kai and Moro took place more than 10 million years ago. So why does Universe 7 have 5 Supreme Kais at one point when other universes only have 1? Because 4 Supreme Kais were learning under the much older Grand Supreme Kai on how to do the job they would be doing in the next coming years.